Please be seated. Welcome. I am Jonathan Levin, Provost
of the University of Mary Washington. As the institution's Chief Academic Officer, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to this undergraduate commencement ceremony. I commend the degree recipients on your outstanding achievements, and I welcome the many family members and friends who join the graduates in this very special celebration. It is now my privilege to introduce Richard V. Hurley, President of the University of Mary Washington.
Thank you, Dr. Levin. While this is an occasion to celebrate the achievements of our graduating seniors, as many of you are aware, our UMW community suddenly and tragically lost a much-loved member of the senior class just days ago on April 18th. I ask that you all please join me now in a moment of silent reflection in tribute to Robert Bob Erickson. Thank you. Bob Erickson was an excellent student academically here at Mary Washington, and he was actively involved in a variety of campus activities. The outpouring of sympathy and support for Bob's family and friends by his classmates and many students, faculty, and staff of UMW has been remarkable and makes me proud to be president here. And now, it is my great honor to present the Bachelor of Science degree which Robert Erickson earned during his 4 years at Mary Washington to his parents, Rob and Rebecca Erickson. a University of Mary Washington. Cuellar is the North America Membership Development Coordinator to the IABM, the only international association that represents the media and technology supply industry worldwide.
Thank you, President Hurley. To our parents, families, friends, and distinguished guests, I welcome you on behalf of the University of Mary Washington's Board of Visitors, our institution's governing board. The board is honored to participate in the ceremony, and each of us shares a deep dedication to the institution. I would like for the members of the board to stand and be recognized as a group. To the graduating class, we are confident that you are prepared for your life's journey, and we wish you Godspeed. Commencement. That is what we call today's ceremony, but it's sort of an odd name for an occasion that is about conferring a degree, marking the end of an educational experience. But today is not an end, it is a beginning. To commence means to begin, to start. For me, today's commencement exercise holds a special meaning. 25 years ago, I sat out there just like you, filled with the memories of 4 wonderful years of this beautiful campus. And like you, I was eager with anticipation for what would come next. I remember it like it was yesterday, May 13th, 1989, the college 78th commencement exercise. The Freelance Star observed in its coverage of the event that heaven must be filled with Mary Washington College alumni, because the much-hyped forecast of rain proved us wrong. And indeed, in this magnificent venue, although a bit overcast, was bathed in sunlight. For me, the memories and the emotions of that day are still fresh. I remember the gleaming majesty of this hallowed gathering place. I remember choking up just a little bit when the chords of Edward Elgar's Pomp and Circumstance echoed across this circle. I remember the joy I felt when I saw the pride in my father's eyes as he stood just over there, anticipating the announcement of my name. And I remember, too, the nervousness and excitement of what was to come next. It's hard to believe that a quarter century has passed, but truth be told, I could never have imagined the twists my life have taken since that day. I certainly never imagined that I would be standing here 25 years later, giving the rector's welcome in this splendid ceremony. Since I packed up my second-floor room in Marshall Hall, I've been blessed by the many opportunities the years at Mary Washington have made possible for me, both personally and professionally. For among those is the relationships that were formed here. The friendships of my undergraduate years still endure. Conversations struck up at Seekebeck or in Monroe Hall continue to this day, even if mediated by Facebook, delivered through a text message, a tweet, or believe it or not, shared on Instagram. I can say without hesitation, if the opportunity of lifelong friendships was all that the privilege of my Mary Washington degree bequeathed, it would have been a very full experience. But Mary Washington did so much more for this idealistic thinker from Virginia Beach, this place that we know and we love so much, inculcated in me the habits of mind, qualities of character, and capacities for success that were required for many different postgraduate roles in politics, business, marriage, and my most important role as mother to my beautiful daughter, Isabella. So as I prepare to send her off to college this fall, I'm compelled to pause to salute the family and friends of our graduates. Only through your love, support, and sacrifice is this day possible. And as you hear your graduate's name called, I know that you will have the same look of joy that I saw in my parents' eyes 25 years ago, a look of deep pleasure and satisfaction of a job well done and a journey complete. In the next few moments that I have left, I'd like to talk about that next chapter of your lives and the responsibilities that come with being a University of Mary Washington graduate. You see, your relationship with Mary Washington doesn't end today. Instead, when you cross the threshold of this stage to receive your diploma and shake President Hurley's hand, you'll become this extraordinary institution's custodians. Custodian. What is a custodian? A custodian is someone who holds and protects something valuable for another person. More than the faculty, the administration, and the board, you are the real guardians for Mary Washington. It is a charge that extends far and wide and is manifest in how you live your life every single day. You are custodians of the liberal arts, protectors of the idea that in an increasingly specialized and technical world, a full education involves trying on many different ways of thinking about and knowing the world. You are custodians of public education, guardians of an idea that dates back to President Lincoln's signing of the legislation that made public education in this country possible. In Lincoln's times, as well as our own, a healthy democracy demands that her citizens have access to quality higher education. You are custodians of honor, our most cherished core value, and a pledge that was affirmed in your first days on campus, and one that endures in all that you do and say. And of course, you are custodians of the friendships made over the last 4 years. Though you may be separated by space and time, these friendships, the really meaningful ones, are treasures to keep. But most of all, you are custodians of this wonderful place, high on Marie's hilltop. Cherish the memories, be grateful for the opportunities, and work, each in your own way, to take care of this place called Mary Washington. Thank you, and good luck on your journey as it commences.
Thank you. I now invite Ashley Lynn Buxton, President of the Class of 2014, to the podium to deliver welcome remarks on behalf of the senior class.
On my first day at Mary Washington, a student explained to me one of the key elements to being a Mary Washington Eagle: benching. At the time, I was slightly confused as I began a conversation ranting about how much I could bench, you know, lifting. But those who truly understand UMW benching knew that I was about to learn something special. The next thing I knew, I was sitting on a bench, simply people watching, as some might be familiar with that term. In my time benching at Mary Washington, I could clearly see the diversity in the student population. I've seen everything from students biking and longboarding, to groups of UMW athletes heading to practice, to the freshmen frantically looking for their next class. And while this is fun, benching is more. It has helped me to stop, relax, and really appreciate the people and environment that makes UMW a great place to be. It's my honor today to speak on behalf of this year's graduating senior class. These past 4 years at Mary Washington have truly molded me into who I am today. And while Mary Washington has had an impact on me, major events have shaped our world. Let's review some of the events that changed our world over the past 4 years. In 2010, President Obama declared an end to combat operations in Iraq. In 2011, an earthquake struck the Washington metropolitan area, and we also marked the 10th year anniversary of 9/11. In 2012, the world did not end on December 21st, as predicted by the Mayan long calendar. President Barack Obama was re-elected, and RG3's presence gave Redskin fans a little bit of hope. In 2013, tragedy struck Boston during its annual marathon, and in response to the tragedy and those who were affected, our school organized a 5K run to commemorate the losses. And this year, Russia hosted the 2014 Olympics, while at home, the UMW men's basketball team made it to the Elite Eight of the NCAA tournament, and the UMW women's rugby team won regionals and are traveling this week to Stanford, California for the Final Four National Championship. Which brings us to today, sitting here in Ball Circle, dressed in our caps and gowns, ready to receive our diplomas. Our graduation gives us the opportunity to thank those who have helped us on our journey. We are grateful for our parents and family, our friends, as well as the professors who have supported and challenged us through each and every semester. Our lives are better for the investments that you have made. Graduation is also a time for reflection. Reflection on the many special memories we have made, such as going downtown to Cap Ale, trips to the river, or even some late-night fountain swimming. Reflection on the countless hours spent studying, time spent on research projects with professors, special times with classmates and friends, relationships that will last a lifetime. On that note, I would like to turn our thoughts to one of our classmates, Bob Erickson. Bob touched many people at UMW, and his spirit will be present as we receive our diplomas today, and he will always be a part of the class of 2014. While today is a day to be thankful and reflect, it is also a day to look ahead to the next chapter of our lives. Many of us will choose various career paths, and those choices will enable us to use the knowledge that we have gained. Some of us will continue to further our education, others will search for employment opportunities, while others will begin new jobs. No matter what path we choose, there's a common thread that is forever woven through each of us. The close bonds that we have all shared with our peers, faculty, and family, and the foundations formed here at the University of Mary Washington. We will always remember the years spent at UMW because they will forever shape our future. And to think, it all began for me with benching on a warm August afternoon 4 years ago. Congratulations to the class of 2014.
Thank you, Ashley, for those wonderful remarks. And now it is my honor to introduce our 2014 commencement speaker, Rebecca Rubin. Rebecca R. Rubin is the founder, president, and CEO of Marsdell Day, LLC, a 120-person environmental consulting enterprise with offices in Virginia, California, Colorado, Mississippi, and Texas. She established Marsdell Day in 2002 as an expression of her commitment to resolving environmental issues at the intersection of natural resources conservation, especially habitat and open space, energy, and water. Marsdell Day's headquarters are located here in Fredericksburg, and the firm is an important resource within the regional community. They regularly offer internship and employment opportunities to UMW students and graduates. Marsdell Day has been named to Inc. magazine's 500 and Zig White's Hot Firm list for the past 5 years. Ms. Rubin has been a leading voice in the development of the regional multi-jurisdiction climate, environment, and action readiness called the CLEAR Plan. The plan is a collaboration between the local business community, the university, and 5 municipal governments. She holds a BA from Harvard College and an MA from Columbia University. Through her work, Rebecca has been a part of introducing climate change adaptation strategies into sustainability studies for the United States military services. Among the many accolades she has received, Ms. Rubin was recently invited to the White House, where she was named a champion of change This award is presented to Americans who are doing extraordinary things in their communities to out-innovate, out-educate, and out-build the rest of the world. Rebecca received a bachelor's degree from Harvard College and a master's degree in international security from Columbia University School of International Public Affairs. Given UMW's strong commitment to sustainability and this generation's genuine concern with effective environmental stewardship, I know that Ms. Rubin's message will resonate with our graduates today. It is my great pleasure to introduce to you Ms. Rebecca R. Rubin. Please join me in welcoming Rebecca Rubin.
Class of 2014. That has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? You want to hear it again? Class of 2014. Class of 2014. I want to thank President Hurley and the Board of Visitors and the faculty and administration and the parents and friends, and by the way, especially the mothers who are in the audience today because tomorrow is Mother's Day. And of course, this fabulous graduating class, my hat's off to you, for the great pleasure of standing here today, right in between you and the awarding of your degrees. What a great speaking slot. So those of you who know me also know that I have a particular concern for the fate of our planet from the standpoint of its environment and sustainability. But no way was I coming here today to lay a heavy trip on you on this culminating moment of your voyage as an undergraduate. And then I changed my mind. For two reasons. First, remembering my own graduation day brought back some really important memories, like who I had a crush on and what shoes I wore, but really no recollection whatsoever as to the graduation speaker or the message. So recently I looked it up, and I was mildly astonished to learn that it was an individual who would later become emblematic as the first president of a reunited Germany after the fall of the Berlin Wall, Richard von Weizsäcker. So, with a happy sigh of relief at not remembering a single thing that this hugely historic figure had to say, I realized we could all proceed through the next 10 minutes without any unfortunate incidents in which I might inadvertently influence your mind or leave a lasting impression on you today. And here's the second reason. If I were to ask myself the question, what could distinguish you, sitting right here today, from the hundreds of thousands of your peers graduating all across the country at those other schools, it would be for you to recognize that our environment today is not a problem. It's an emergency. Exactly 1 year ago today, on May 10, 2013, average daily CO2 readings exceeded for the first time 400 parts per million, a level that had not been breached in 3 million years. Rather than environmental riches, your inheritance is melting Arctic sea ice, thawing permafrost, species loss, habitat fragmentation, deforestation on an epic scale, and I'm not making this up, a patch of garbage in the Pacific Ocean that's twice the size of the continental United States and growing. Would anyone like to add to that list? Because I'm pretty sure I didn't get it all. Believe me, I know. Environmental issues are hard to talk about. They're contentious, confrontational, and divisive. No one wants to be that person at the cocktail party, or in your case, maybe the tailgater, who says, you know, I just read on the web that the Earth is 4.6 billion years old and that scaling to 46 years, humans have been here 4 hours. The Industrial Revolution began 1 minute ago, and in that time we've destroyed half the world's forests. The thing is, it's collectively self-defeating to keep our individual opinions about the environment hidden from view. So, since I'm pretty exposed here anyway, I'll plunge right in. I don't believe that climate change is the central question. Yes, the climate is changing in many and unpredictable ways that affect our food supply, where we live, how we invest, and more. And yes, climate disruption is not just an environmental crisis. It's a humanitarian crisis and an existential question. But climate change is not the main problem. It's a symptom of a deeper dilemma, a profound and fundamental lack of respect for nature, possibly even a fear of nature. The main play isn't curing the climate crisis, though that does need to be done. It's fixing what's broken in our marriage with nature. As a species, we've been manipulating nature for as long as we've been here. Our entire economy is built on it, from the water in Coca-Cola, to the food on our plates, to the beaches, where some of you went for spring break. Even the Advanced Research Projects Agency, the most sophisticated and futures-oriented research arm of the federal government, tries to emulate nature by finding ways to fly drones that maneuver like hummingbirds or balance a load on one toe like a gecko. And yet, smart as we are, accomplished as we are not yet wise enough to sustain the natural resources that give us life. One possible explanation for this is that we all skipped third grade, thereby missing out on the news that trees provide oxygen. Another is that nature has almost no price tag in our society, and for this reason is woefully undervalued and aggressively consumed. So, where do we look for solutions? For some reason at this juncture, I'm reminded of a pivotal moment in the movie, Touching the Void. That's right, you want to graduate and I want to talk about a movie. It's a docudrama narrated by two mountain climbers who decide to ascend a very high peak in the Peruvian Andes. The climbers are attached to each other by a rope. They do ascend the 21,000-foot peak, but on the way back down, one climber slips, breaking his leg. The second climber uses the rope to lower the injured climber down the mountainside for a while, but then accidentally conveys him over a cliff, positioning him right over a deep crevasse or void. The injured climber has no way to signal that he has survived and is still dangling at the end of the rope. Meanwhile, the second climber, the one securing the rope, is waiting at his own peril, slowly being pulled toward the edge of the cliff in the pouring snow and freezing temperatures. After calling out repeatedly to the injured climber and hearing no response, he cuts the rope connecting them. Let me now completely ruin the ending of this movie for you. After the rope is cut, the injured climber plunges 150 feet down into the crevasse, landing on a shelf partway down and somehow surviving the fall. Still not submitting, he then makes an unsuccessful attempt to climb up out of this void despite being worn out, freaked out, and very, very cold. It's decision time in the void. Should he try again to climb up or go the other way, down into the darkness of the crevasse? And in that moment, the climber in the void makes an almost impossible decision that he has nowhere to go but down. He knows that down is risky. There may be no way out of the void, and yet, through this deliberate but unconventional strategy, he lowers himself another 80 feet down, where he spots an escape hatch illuminated by a patch of sunlight. He's able to crawl out, rejoin the daylight, and struggle back to camp. I feel that we're at a similar crossroads or decision point in our relationship to nature. We have in some sense cut the rope that connects us, and we have jeopardized our way home. We have a fierce dependence on nature and an equally intense reliance on certain economic forces that crush it and imperil us. We can't have it both ways. It's decision time in the void. And whether we humans are here to tell our story later will depend on the decisions we make, or more precisely, you make now, to resolve our place in nature in a way that halts and reverses her destruction. In your path forward, certain things are operating in your favor. In fact, you need look no further than that bastion of tree-hugging sentimentalists, otherwise known as corporate America, for some answers. Concerned about their dependence on a diminished, fragile, and uncertain natural resource base, companies are now doing the unforeseen. They're showing eco-imagination. Their business processes are becoming less resource dependent. And some companies are even pricing out and paying for the services that nature delivers. Quoting from a recent article, at Adidas and Nike, innovators asked whether it would be possible to dye clothes without using water. The investor network on climate risk now includes institutional investors with a piggy bank of more than $11 trillion. 750 major corporations, including Gap, IKEA, General Motors, and Timberland, have now signed the Ceres Climate Declaration. And just 2 weeks ago, J.P. Morgan Chase and the Nature Conservancy launched an initiative whose initial aim is $1 billion of investment in nature. Corporate action is necessary, but not sufficient. Economics may help us commoditize nature and may even help us preserve it, but will not help us love it. We need something stronger than a purely economic basis by which to define and illuminate a collaboration with nature. And that's where you come in, by using the power of your mind, which has been described by brilliant thinker Jedediah Purdy as capable of making a wildly disruptive moral commitment. Class of 2014, I think you deserve to be a little outraged by your environmental inheritance. It's up to you to challenge the premise that environmental destruction is an inevitable consequence of economic growth. Like the climber in the void, you cannot sit and wait for some liberating discovery that things are either better or worse than you had hoped or feared. You have to make decisions with the information you've got. In so doing, it will not be enough to be logical. You must also be daring, transformative, and unconventional. And you must act without hesitation, because time is going fast. On this day, when the whole future seems to lie before you, I get to be the one to tell you that the window of opportunity to do something important is small, and it's closing rapidly. It's decision time in the void. For all of you graduating today, whether your plan is to be scientists or singers, playwrights or poets, mathematicians or musicians, English professors or engineers, is equally critical from the standpoint of saving nature. At one point or another, every one of you will play a part, so use your powers for good. Recently, someone asked me who my role model was, doubtless expecting a response that would invoke naturalists like Rachel Carson, Jacques Cousteau, or Steve Irwin. My response was Stevie Wonder, a brilliant musician who just happened to offer words of truth about nature. On the other end of the spectrum, I've been influenced by the Defense Department. As a now retired Major General of the Marine Corps once said, "A country worth defending is a country worth preserving." And let's not forget the cab driver who picked me up at the Manassas train station a few years ago when I took the wrong line home and needed a lift back to Fredericksburg. He spoke so intently about nature and about how the old oaks seemed so alive it was like they could almost talk to you. He really got my attention, in part because he was so moving, and in part because he had a shotgun in the front seat with him. The point is this: your backgrounds and the forces that influence you may vary, and because of this, each of you will define your own means of action. So, thank you for your patience. I'll close now with the words of Dito Sarmiento, Filipino student journalist, who asked in his time what are probably the 3 most important questions of your time. If not us, then who? If not now, then when? If not here, then where? Thank you.
Got to find my place here in the program. Thank you very much, Rebecca, for your inspirational address. Now, it is my privilege to make a special presentation. From time to time, the UMW Board of Visitors may, at its discretion, award honorary degrees to recognize and express gratitude to individuals who have provided outstanding service or contributions that are instrumental in helping the university achieve major objectives. Such recognition is considered only in exceptional circumstances. Today, we celebrate such an occasion. I ask Mrs. Irene Piscopo Rogers, Mary Washington class of 1959, to please come forward. And I ask Rector Cuellar and Provost Levin to join me for the presentation of this honor. Irene Piscopo Rogers majored in chemistry at Mary Washington and went on to earn a Master of Science in Chemistry from the University of Michigan. She achieved a distinguished career in the field of microscopy. Mrs. Rogers has served her alma mater with devotion and is among UMW's most generous living donors. Her philanthropy has been carefully and thoughtfully structured to benefit UMW students directly and includes the establishment of 2 Alvey scholarships to attract extraordinary students to Mary Washington. She has also created 2 endowed fellowships to support students conducting high-quality research in the physical and biological sciences. Further, she donated and continued to support UMW's transmission electron microscope. In gratitude and recognition of her extraordinary contributions, we are delighted to bestow upon Irene Piscopo Rogers the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters of the University of Mary Washington. Congratulations, Irene, and thank you very much for all that you have done and continue to do for UMW.
So it is my pleasure now to announce the special awards being given out today in recognition of the outstanding senior student and 3 university faculty members. The Colgate W. Darden Jr. Award for Academic Achievement is presented to the graduating senior with the best academic record among all baccalaureate degree candidates. Most years, 1 student walks away with this honor, but sometimes we have the distinct pleasure of recognizing multiple students who have landed at the top of their graduating class. Our 2 Darden recipients this year share several outstanding accomplishments. Both finished their academic programs with perfect 4.0 cumulative grade point averages. You simply can't do any better than that. Both were named to the President's list for 8 consecutive semesters. Both are graduating with summa cum laude honors. But beyond these similarities, each of our winners charted a somewhat different course through their studies at UMW. One winner is receiving a Bachelor of Arts degree with a major in history and departmental honors for her study of the TV show MASH. She also earned a minor in mathematics, and she is a member of Phi Beta Kappa and Alpha Phi Sigma. Her advisor describes her as upbeat, funny, and analytical, and points out that she will occasionally be seen knitting while she's thinking. She is also described as very involved in a variety of activities on campus. As she contemplates her long-term plans, she will return to work in an internship at the Smithsonian Institution, where she will be doing archival work. Our second Darden winner is receiving a Bachelor of Science degree with a major in psychology. His advisor describes him as a quiet presence, very involved in his major program. Some of his professors say that he was the one student who really got it when learning the concepts behind statistics. He was a founder of UMW's Video Game Club and did an undergraduate research project focusing on attitudes towards diversity and disability. He is planning to pursue a PhD in clinical or educational psychology and hopes eventually to work in the school system with a goal of making school environments more welcoming and receptive to all. Please join me in congratulating this year's Darden Award winners, Ms. Leah Christine Tams from Midlothian, Virginia, and Mr. Daniel William Lipscomb from Percival, Virginia. Please come forward. If the winners are here, they could please come forward. Let the picture take place, and then I'll continue. Very good. The Mary W. Pinchmit Award was established in memory of beloved Professor Mary Pinchmit, who taught biology at Mary Washington for 34 years until her untimely death in 1998. The recipient is selected by members of the graduating class. Here to present the award, representing the class of 2014, is Peyton Kramer.
Each year, the senior class is privileged to present the Mary Pinchmit Award to a distinguished member of the faculty. During her exceptional tenure, Dr. Pinchmit was a resource to students both inside and outside of the classroom. The Mary Pinchmit Award holds a special place amongst the graduating class, as it is the only faculty award that is selected entirely by the students. The award is given to the faculty member who is the professor that we are most likely to remember as the one that had the greatest impact on our lives. This year's recipient received multiple nominations from students, all of which were incredibly enthusiastic and touching. One student stated that the professor is one of the most genuine professors she has met at UMW. She always has a smile on her face and is willing to do anything in her power for her students to come out of the class understanding the material and finding it interesting. Her energy is infectious and brightens your day. She has made me love biology. Another student wanted to honor this professor for her passion towards helping students achieve their career goals. The student states, "The professor has been my advisor for the past 3 years and has really helped me on the path to vet school. Not only has she been ever present in my career, but she has taught me invaluable skills in her classes that I will never forget." I myself have had the privilege of taking a course with this professor, a course which turned out to be one of the most memorable courses I have taken here at the University of Mary Washington. This professor's enthusiasm for her material is palpable, and her passion is truly infectious. The knowledge I gain in this course on infectious diseases is both fascinating and entirely applicable to my future career in medicine. But what makes what I have learned in this course truly unique is that I will never forget what she has taught me, and that it is entirely due to the tireless efforts of this amazing professor. On the behalf of the 2014 graduating class, I am pleased and honored to present the Mary Pinchman Award to Dr. Lynn Lewis, Professor of Biology.
Thank you, Peyton. Since 1989, the Alumni Association has recognized the distinctive achievements of a faculty member who has served the university from 2 to 5 years. New faculty members bring transformative energy to our academic program and enable students to have experiences that otherwise might not have been possible. Our outstanding young faculty member has already amassed an enviable record of teaching and professional activity. As his department colleagues observed, the extent of his record far exceeds what you would expect from a fifth-year assistant professor. He teaches a wide variety of courses that are always in high demand. He has published several peer-reviewed articles in the top journals in his field, a record that one of his colleagues said might put to shame many assistant professors at more research-oriented institutions. But his most noteworthy achievement is his exuberant commitment to the one-on-one relationship that is the heart and soul of a liberal arts education at Mary Washington. Consider these numbers. In 5 years, he has supervised 24 independent studies, 39 internships, and another 20 undergraduate research projects. His students have won national essay contests and have presented papers at regional and state professional meetings. And some of his students have landed positions working in the offices of state senators and delegates, thanks to the classroom and intern experiences they have had with him. Please join me in congratulating this year's UMW Alumni Association Young Faculty Award recipient, Assistant Professor of Political Science, Dr. Chad Murphy. The Grellett C. Simpson Award was established in 1972 to honor the president who led Mary Washington College from 1955 to 1974. Dr. Simpson was at heart a teacher, and his presidency was also marked by unprecedented change and by his influence on shaping the academic program. So it is fitting that we recognize today an undergraduate teacher who has embraced change and put it to work in her classes. Perhaps the greatest challenge to higher education today is determining how to harness instructional technology while preserving the hallmarks of a liberal arts education. Our recipient is an acknowledged leader in that regard. In her 15 years at UMW, she has been at the forefront of digital pedagogy and has been a leading force in encouraging faculty and students to experiment with innovative approaches to teaching and learning. But beyond that, those who have experienced her teaching describe it in ways that are only possible when talking about someone who truly loves to teach and is constantly seeking new ways to reach students. She fosters a sense of community in her classes that often leads students to find a voice they might not otherwise have discovered. She has been known to break out noisemakers to accompany her poetry classes. One colleague observed that her classes sometimes take on the character of a rock concert. But don't confuse that for a lack of rigor. As one student put it, if you get an A, you frame that next to your diploma. Please join me in congratulating this year's Grellet C. Simpson Award recipient, Professor of English, Dr. Mara N. Scanlon. Congratulations again to all of the award winners. I am pleased now to announce the award of Faculty Emeritus status to 6 dedicated and deeply respected faculty upon their retirement from service to the University of Mary Washington. This honor, by action of the Board of Visitors, is bestowed upon the following faculty whose accomplishments are included in your program. I ask them to stand as I read their names. Dr. David W. Kane, Distinguished Professor of Religion. Dr. James F. Gaines, Professor of French. Mr. David E. Hunt, Jr., Professor of Theater. Dr. Catherine E. Lozier-Casey, Professor of Biology. Dr. Donald N. Rowles, Associate Professor of Geography. And Dr. Stephen P. Stagerberg, Associate Professor of Economics. There he is. And I'd like to also acknowledge and express appreciation for Dr. Stagerberg for his many years of service as Grand Marshal of the faculty. Thank you. Best wishes to each of our new faculty emeriti. President Hurley, I am now honored to present to you, the faculty, and to the family and friends of this year's graduating class, several groups of graduates whose outstanding academic achievements have earned them special recognition. Your commencement program contains a description and the grade point average requirements for each academic honor, as well as the names of all the graduates whose outstanding academic performance has qualified them for these honors. Will the summa cum laude graduates please rise and remain standing? Now, will the magna cum laude graduates please rise and also remain standing? And finally, will the cum laude graduates please rise and join the others? These students are academically at the top of the graduating class, and I ask you to please join me in congratulating them on their outstanding achievements. May please be seated. Some of the students graduating today transferred into the University of Mary Washington and therefore have fewer than the 60 UMW credit hours required to be recognized with cum laude designations. Many of these students have excellent academic records, and we honor their accomplishments by recognizing that they are graduating with academic distinction. Will all the students graduating with highest distinction please stand and remain standing? And now, will the students graduating with distinction also stand? Please join me in recognizing the efforts and academic accomplishments of these exceptional graduates. Thank you. Please be seated. The commencement program also lists the names of the students receiving departmental honors, the members of several academic honor societies, and the recipients of the various Senior Excellence Awards. Will all the students who have received these awards or who are members of any of the listed honor societies please stand? I ask that you join me now in offering all of them our congratulations and best wishes. Thank you. Please be seated. We now move to the conferring of degrees. Mr. President, please come forward. Dr. Richard Finkelstein. I know how to say it. Finkelstein.
Close enough.
Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, will present the candidates in the College of Arts and Sciences who are to receive the following degrees: Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, and Bachelor of Liberal Studies.
Will all degree candidates in the College of Arts and Sciences please rise and remain standing? Mr. President, I have the honor of presenting these candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, and Bachelor of Liberal Studies.
Will the platform party please rise for the conferring of the degrees? By virtue of the authority vested in me as president by the Rector and visitors of the University of Mary Washington, and on the recommendation of the faculty, I hereby declare those gathered here today who have completed all degree requirements to be Bachelors of Arts, Bachelors of Science, and Bachelors of Liberal Studies of the University of Mary Washington, with all of the rights and privileges thereunto pertaining. Congratulations. Please be seated.
I invite the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree to come forward. Those who have completed all requirements for the degree now will be awarded diplomas. Congratulations and best wishes to the Bachelors of Arts. Sarah Elizabeth Abbott. Eunice Osei Achita. Wilson Acosta. Isabel Frances Ahern. Samantha Ackridge. Connor Mandudis Allen. Matthew Benjamin Allen. Wally Ashiabi. Luke Anthony Anklahezi. Emily Catherine Anderson. Bethany Love Applequist. Brent Forrest Earhart. Melissa Arrowsmith. Kelsey Arthur. Rita Artinian. Amber Zara Atta. Layla Masuda Ayub. Mary Patrick M. Bailey. Laura Michael Balderson. Tara Elizabeth Banks. Layla Elizabeth Barnes. Timothy Charles Barr. Emily Catherine Barry. Christopher Michael Barton. Kelly Genevieve Bassford. Caitlin Iris Bateman. Cheryl Edith Beckwith. Carolyn Hope Bender. Lindsay Prothero Bennett. Sarah Elizabeth Bergstresser. Dominique Nicole Burnett. Molly Elizabeth Bernard. Lindsay Sinclair Bevis. Megan Louise Bingham. Wayne Lee Bird. Shanice Katian Black. Amy Joy Blankenship. Carrie B. Blanton. Amanda Bletch. Joshua Baker. Richard Lewis Bowling III. Kathleen T. Boggs. Marina Bonanno. Michelle Victoria Bondison. Anna Lynn Bonning. Ethan M. Batone. Philip Robert Bouchard. Margaret Mary Boyle. Romana Briggs. Andrew K. Brodel. Emily Alexandra Broughton. Alex Frederick Brudno, Kathleen Elise Bush, Garrett Glenn Bush, Sarah Joy Pill Calpo, Stephen Thomas Campbell, Patrick Clark Canis, Elizabeth Emily Carnavale, Kelsey Walden Carter, Samantha Ellen Carter, Patrick Job Cashin, Elizabeth Ann Castillo, Ariadne Takia Cave, Eve Rendazzo Cedarbaum, David James Chambers, Gregory Martin Chandler, Courtney Ann Cherico, Chelsea Renee Chin, Barbara Burriett Elizabeth Chitty, Amelia Noel Clark, Colleen Diana Clark, Joseph G. Clayton, Christine Elizabeth Clements, Gemma Louise Cohen, Courtney Lynn Collier, Sean Colligan, Keegan Miles Cook, Mary Cameron Cornell, Diane Renee Crabtree, Catherine Diana Kramer, Patrick Crossman, John G. Crowell-Mackey, Samuel Jacob Crystal, Nicole Cesara Decales, Ruth Emily Dalrymple, Erin Michelle Dandridge, Aminbola D. Dare, Robert Andrew Darren, Anna Kiefer Davis, Kathy Ann Davis, Nathan S. Dawes, Morgan Lee Deacon, Catherine Louise DeCecco, Sarah Elizabeth Decker, Casey Norris D., Arthur Edward Deegan, Alyssa Allison Delafrata, Andrew D. Den, Danielle Page DeSimono, Tara Alexandra Digg, Abigail Walsh Doherty, Ryan Matthew Donaldson, Shama Doshi, Hillary Olivia Douglas, Grace A. Draper, Ellen Rochelle Dreher, Taylor M. Durning, Andrew Paul Ames, Haley Ann Edgmond, Emma Llewellyn Eggers, Rayanne Ailey, Jessica Campbell Elder. Catherine H. Ellis. Caitlin E. Faulkner. Shannon Marie Feit. Jillian Finney. Lauren Alyssa Floyd. Caroline Clark Fogg. Katie Elizabeth Fortier. Gabriel Marie Froeck. Kimberly Jeanette Frost. Paula Karenina Fuentales. Alyssa Joy Firkin. Karen M. Fuqua. Nisa Gian Gregorgo. Haley Elizabeth Gibson. Stella Ryder Gibson. Catherine Rose Gigantiello. Jocelyn Ray Gillis. David Alexander Gillot. Kelly Gray Glazebrook. Emma Louise Goodacre. Dawn Tirisetter Gouge. Morgan Blakely Graff. Gabriella Cheryl Graham. Phyllis Maria Gray Edmonds. Ryan Greenwood. Anna Hope Grotofferst. Adam M. Hager. Lee Christine Hamilton. George Apostolos Herreras. Benjamin McNeil Harris. Evelyn Mackenzie Hartman. Elizabeth Ann Harvey. Tierra Monique Harvey. Kelly Hastings. Brooke Whitcomb Hatcher. Felicia Rose Havens. Haven Louise Hidley. Gregory E. Henninger. Isaac Enoch Herrera. Jason Michael Hilton. Dana Hinden. Emily Farris Hodder. Cameron C. Hodge. Lauren Andrea Holt. Samantha Jean Hogue. Ms. Hogue is representing UMW today at the USA Rugby Division II College National Championships at Stanford University. Angela T. Hopgood. Tasha Lean Horton. Assisting with the presentation of Ms. Horton's diploma is her aunt, Betty Ann Durer, Adjunct Instructor of Mathematics at UMW. Melanie Marie Houston. Michelle Lynn Howell. Colleen Margaret Huber. Max Jacob Humer. Thomas McCarthy Hughes. Charles Garrett Hulfish. Leela Claire Hyman. Catherine Ann Ivy. Alicia Joyce James. Melanie Jankovitz. Radwin Hani Gerard. Danielle Leanne Jones. Upma Kapoor. Mary C. Keever. Catherine Simpson Kellogg. Margaret Hope Kennedy. Corey Kidd. Hannah Page Kincaid. Michelle Ashley King. Whitney E. Kuiper. Catherine Lawson Knoop. Zachariah James Manlignit Krause. Samantha Lee Krenzer. Callie R. Kyle. Catherine Merritt Lamborn-Bardet. Lula Ruth Ruggles Lambert. Stephanie A. Landy. Brady Gerard Larkin. Carl Andrew Larson. Kristen June Lawrence. Caitlin Marie LeBoff. Catherine Rochelle Labutin. Keep-Hum Lee. Elizabeth Diane Lewin. Emil Lewis. Stephanie Lilly. Eric Litchford. Kendra Elaine Logston. Catherine Grace Lahr. Christopher Dante Lomax. Kevin Steve Lopez. Stephanie Lopez. Andrew Donald Loden. Robert Wayne Luther. Corey Patrick Lyons. Megan Lowell Mahoney. Inga Malaimom. Heather Marshall. Jamie Dawn Marshall. Shirley Nakoa Marty. Allison Bancroft Martin. Madison Elizabeth Martin. Rachel Lee Martin. Logan James Martinez. Stephanie Lynette Martinez. Vernon Trott Matthews III. Angela Marie Matner. Brooke Ann Matta. Danny Stewart Mopin Jr. Caitlin Samantha Maxwell. Amber Elise May. Megan Mosley Mays. Caitlin Myers McCafferty. Patrick Gerard McCleary. Tess C. McKellen. Michelle Rory McConnell. Tara McCrone. Amanda Helen Iva McCullough. Phoebe M. McDermott. Nicholas Michael Christopher McGovern. Ellen Lee McIntyre. Edgar McEwen Moreno. Erica Christine McPhee. Layla McQuaid. Sarah Ann Mendelson. Russell D. Michelson. Jenny Megan Miller. Devin Milhorn. Jason Sean Milton. Casey Cecilia Moore. Malcolm Dion Moore. Michael Mason Morman. Jared Morrill. Liguya M. Moriarty. Sequoia C. Mosby. Sydney Ann Mullis. Kiona Eon Muniz. Matilda Carolina Nativi. Carrie Thomas Natalie. Paige Alice Naylor. Laura Elizabeth Needham. John David Nowak Jr. Gina No. Alice Ann O'Brien. Erica Lorraine O'Brien. Shelby Elizabeth Orlando. Colin Overacker. Thomas Pacheco. Jonah Salim Page. Fatima Lucia Panajua Emestika. Samantha Wallace Partonen. Claire Patrick. Christian Peabody. Molly Taryn Pennington. Helen Pabline Loriano Pereira. Catherine Rose Perrin. Catherine L. Peterson. Claire Myred Picard. Lynn Allison Pincus. Diana T. Piscani. Charles Warren Petard IV. Rebecca M. Polzin. Jennifer Ann Powers. Stephanie Elaine Preston. Hold on.
Just want to interrupt for a second. Due to the weather, the diplomas will be distributed following the ceremony. Due to the weather, diplomas will be distributed following the ceremony in the Anderson Center. Sorry, but you don't want it to get wet. Graduates may pick up their diplomas in the Anderson Center a half hour after the conclusion of the ceremony. Diplomas will continue to be distributed for 2 hours diplomas may only be released to the graduate and not to family members or friends. Any graduate who is unable to pick up his or her diploma today will receive it by mail. Let the festivities continue.
Lara Rose Pugh. Travis R. Quattlebaum. Galen Michaelia Query. Chelsea J. Rater. Christina Marie Ratter. Ms. Ratter is representing UMW today at the USA Rugby Division II College National Championships at Stanford University. Cesar Ramirez Orlana. Jenna Michelle Randall. Julia Gay Randall. Sean William Redmiles. Brenda J. Reyes Corona. Annalise Marie Rydell. Bradley Reister. Krista Marie Riggleson. Joshua Eli Roberts. Candace Grace Rowland. Christina Marie Sobel. William Winters Sacripanti. Caitlin Elizabeth Sadler. Esther Claire Sampson. Sandra Guadalupe Sanchez. Andres Sanz Guerrero. Irene Rose Satchwell. Natalie Claire Scarborough. Ariel Claire Scharf. Catherine Mary Lee Sheets. Emily Carolyn Schauer. Megan E. Schlomer. Robert Edward Schoonover. John Dalton Schuler. Anthony Octaviano Seipel. John Robert Settle IV. Kevin K. Shaker. Matthew Lawrence Shaughnessy. Caitlin Shaver. Patrick E. Sheehy. Rebecca Lynn Sherman. Victoria Lauder Skaggs. Robert Jacob Scotchless. Kimberly Louise Slater. Nathan A. Slater. Conan Guan Smith. Allison Smith. Helen Rebecca Smith. Isabel Rose Quinn Smith. Minta Victoria Smith. Robert Benjamin Snook. Laura Rebecca Spain. Colin Thomas Lee Spangler. Robert A. Speth. Faith Jasmine Spillman. Hannah J. Stalick. Michael R. Michael R. Stang. Dorothy West Stanton. Timothy James Stark. Jonathan James Steenberg. Astrid Stein. Samantha Naomi Stepanov Vandenberg. Jacqueline Rose Starch Stern. Allison Elizabeth Stevens. Margot Juliet Byers Storch. William Charles Story III. Hannah Elizabeth Strayton. Gordon John Roger Struck. Megan Elizabeth Sullivan. Jessie Ann Tamayo. Leah Christine Tams. Maggie Horton Tanner. Maina Safi Taran. Erin C. Taylor. Maricela Lauren Taylor. Samuel Jardim Taylor. Starlet Afi Teta. Jalisa Monique Thomas. Claire Elise Thompson. Ian Charles Thompson Hines. Dylan McLean Tybert. His diploma will be awarded to him by his father, or at least his hand will be shaken by his father, Neil Tybert, professor of geology. Dylan McLean Tybert. Oh, we did that already. Anna Taka Bladze. Zachary Wooden Tolson. Suzanne Marie Tosque. Angela Camille Turner. Eric William Turner. Mary Alice Turpin. Nice. Caitlin Sue van Valkenburg. Amanda Nicole Vercruz. Emily Potter Villa. Carol L. Vinatieri. Christy Hope Wirtz. Brittany Ann Wittner. Chelsea Marie Wagoner. Cynthia June Walker. Elizabeth Walker. Peter Weston Walters. Andrew Dylan Chimwemdwi Waltz. Courtney Elizabeth Washington. Sarah Elizabeth Weinstein. Regina Ann Weiss. Molly Elizabeth Welty. Mary Lou Ellen Wendt. Kelsey Lee Elizabeth Wheaton. Ellen Margaret White. Zachary James White. Kelsey A. Whitman. Colleen Marie Williams. Desiree Sheree Williams. Lee Ann Williams. Kaylee Wilshire. Ann Laura Wilson. Jamie Danielle Wilson. Laura Camille Wiltonmuth. Assisting with the presentation of Ms. Wiltonmuth's diploma is her father, John Wiltonmuth, Associate Vice President for Facilities Services. Carly Elizabeth Winfield. Carolina Dare Wood. Julia Nino Wood. Molly Christine Woods. Benjamin Wrightson. It's waterproof. Abigail Boudoir-Yura. Eric C. Young II. Christine Elizabeth Zale. Dorentina Zakari. Oh, thank you. Daniel Frederick Zellner. These are actually waterproof. Congratulations and best wishes to the Bachelors of Arts. I invite the candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in the College of Arts and Sciences to come forward. Those who have completed all requirements for the degree now will be awarded diplomas or expected to get their diplomas. Oh, that's... Yeah, I'm waterproof. No. You ready? Sarah Buna Alberestein. Nora Amalhadali. Christopher Michael Anesi. Krista Lynn Anthony. Spencer E. Atkinson. Brendan Francis Oman. Elizabeth Hartley Baker. Lucy K. Baker. Molly Mae Banfield. Kimberly Florence Barkley. Meredith Lenore Barnhill. Jennifer Lynn Bartolmes. David Richard Barth III. Gregory Allen Bauer. Gillian Kate Becker. Dana Lynn Beckham. Adrian Grace Bell. Nathan J. Bemis. Candice Marie Benshoff. Ian M. Berry. Kathleen Marie Betancourt. Jennifer Michelle Black. Anne Elizabeth Blaine. Elizabeth Waldemar Blosser. Daphna E. A. Bliss. Erin Elizabeth Boggs. Taylor Rosalina Bono. Amanda Marie Bowers. Jeffrey Day Branson. Alexander Mark Brito. Austin Maine Brooks. Kinsey Lee Brooks. Morgan Miller Brown. Daniel Edward Brown. Stephanie Rosa Brownlee. Randy Denise Bryan. Ashley Lynn Buxton. Patrick W. Byrne. Carolyn Calderbank. Kristen A. Callahan. Daniela Cardona. Lisa Elizabeth Charney. Catherine Ann Chase. Feng Chen. Mary Isabel Chessman. Andrew Michael Clark. Jordan Elizabeth Cleland. Lauren Marie Clayland. Shannon Shanice Coleman. Rebecca Kelly Conway. Sean Thomas Cook. Lauren Ann Cormier. Alyssa M. Correa. Michael Scott Crawford. Alexandra Wynn Kropp. Heather M. Curry. Brianna Marie DeGata. Ariel Michelle Devati. Jeff Edward Davidson. Adam Davila. Emily Ann Davis. Jennifer Casey Dawson. Kelsey Ann Decker. Dominique Angela Delfino. Zach Del Grosso. Sarah Elizabeth Dengler. Glenn Denning. Fabian Abraham Desta. Danielle Claire DeVille. Maxime Pierre de Villiers. Quentin James Dill. Sarah Kathleen Dister. Jessica Ann Dochny. David Eugene Dumansky. Allison Hunt Downey. Samuel Ethan Dubusk. Dalton Robert Eckerd. LeVar Clemarcus Edmonds. Amanda Ray Edwards. Hannah Elizabeth Ellis. Francis Isabel Elmo. Nicole Emily Ann Erickson. Haley Marie Ertel. Paul David Espino. Jonathan J. Esposito. Sarah Elizabeth Ustler. Lena Magdalena Yule. Emily Farnsworth. Casey E. Fons. Lauren Nicole Fawcett. Brian Spencer Finch. Forrest Joseph Fisher. Maura Catherine Flynn. Alicia Dawn Franchini. Benjamin Joseph Frazier. Corinne Fredrickson. Andrew Ora Gabani. Julia Lauren Gratuso. Catherine Gauthier. Kyle Ann Genovese. Megan Eileen Gersbeck. Ida Gaita Cho. Alexander Gilly. Tabitha Glinsky. Hester Elizabeth Godfrey. Sean Kendall Gould. David Michael Graff II. Katie Marie Graff. Elizabeth Emily Green. Madeline Jane Gray. Kellyanne Griffith. Christine Lynn Grilliot. Peter Gerber. Charlotte Joyce Hagerman. Felicia Renee Ham. Lara Hampson. Jacob Eric Douglas Hargis. Heather Lee Harper. Mady I. Hassan. Janie Catherine Hayden. Isaac Hayes. Angela Marie Headley. Sean P. Healy. Carolyn Margaret Heck. Jonathan David Helberg. Timothy Lee Henderson. Eric Henniger. Shannon A. Henry. Exie Astrid Herrera. Wesley Allen Horton. Casey Lee Howren. Carolyn Robesell. Mark Highland. Alicia Izagari. Samuel Schultz Jackson. Caitlin Elizabeth Jarvis. Robert Daniel Jarvis. Eric Michael Johnson. Samuel Hardy Johnson. Brian Andrew Johnston. Aaron Scott Kalman. Melanie Rose Katz-Lawton. Prakriti Kanal. Christopher Brandon King. Susanna Nizona Kirschner. Eric Michael Knapp. Taylor Lauren Knight. Brianna Marie Koch. Peyton Dorothy Kramer. Caitlin Lee Kirkendall. William Langston. Catherine Isles Latshaw. Dane Marshall Lawhorn. Cooper Hayes Lawton. V. Thung Lei. Lainey M. LeBlanc. Chelsea LaHue. Danica Rose Leninsky. Darylyn Pristine Leonard. Lenord. Annika Lewis. Sean Michael Lewis. Valerie J. Lutis. Alyssa Courtney Laurence. Rachel Elizabeth Litkowitz. Daniel William Lipscomb. Madeline Blythe Lord. Justin David Lloyd. Daniel Lustig. Jesse Ryan Lynch. Edward Martinez. Sarah Ruth Marzek. Hannah Joan Mason. Nikki Lynn Matisik. Anna Marie Matiz. Austin Blair Mayhew. Madeline Orvis McAllister. Audrey Lane Maccabee. Catherine H. McCarty. Ashley Sherry McConaughey. Sarah E. McHugh. Colin Michael McKinney. McElhinney. Jessica Mercer Melvin. Luke Michael Mendelson. Mauricio E. Menendez. Alan James Mayer. Ian Fitzhugh Millar. Brennan Worth Miller. Daniel Edward Miller. Harris M. Mirzada. Mohammed Moaz Tarek Moaz. Peter Dominic Moorman. Assisting with the presentation of Mr. Moorman's diploma is his mother, Allison Moorman, Associate Vice President for Finance and Controller at UMW. Christopher Moulton. Carter Elizabeth Moore. Ms. Moore is representing UMW today at the USA Rugby Division II College National Championships at Stanford University. Kelsey Ann Moxie. Nathaniel Amon Moyer. Patrick B. Mullen. Abigail Mulugeta. Lucas Benjamin Munson. Gina Nam. Tracy Lee Najad. Lauren Nelson. Andrew Nye. Eva Ing. Chelsea Nicole. Kimberly Lynn Neves. Tessa Northcott. Eric Nicholas Nosar. Nicole Carolyn Nunez. Connor O'Loughlin. Emily Orsick. Emily Latimer Owen. Tessa Anastasia Pavanus. Pamela Marie Pantini. Liana J. Papp. Shun Yung Rebecca Park. Sarah Louise Parlett. William A. Parrish. Gibran Ahmed Parviz. Emily Marie Patnode. Robert T. Patterson, Jr. Mallory F. Peebles. Alexis Ann Pennings. Pietro C. Perino. Chasten Dunnington Perry. Erica Rose Purcell. Holly Marie Perucci. Melissa Marie Peters. Jenna Marie Petroselli. David Paul Pawarchik. Sydney Marie Pinto. Anne Marie Pippin. Gabriel J. Powell. Brendan Reeves Prin. Carol Lorraine Quinn. Annika I. Raja. Sarah Evans Rankin. Lindsay Alexandria Ralston. Rachel Nicole Reeves. Charles John Reed. Natalie Rivolu. Colleen Elizabeth Reynolds. Alexander Anthony Lee Rickert. Rachel Ann Robbins. Kathleen Joyce Rockus. Deborah Lynn Rhodes. Anna Nicole Rollins. Olivia Herbig Rosales. Candace P. Rothermill. Melissa Alida Rabinos. Daniel Jackson Russell. Justin Edward Philip Saas. Luke Daniel Schneider. Rachel Schall. Kristen Elizabeth Schutz. Samantha Nicole Sexton. Robert William Sharp. Emily Mee Shea. Emily R. Sherman. Jessica Lynn Singer. Rachel Marie Sisk. Roxette Sklavos. Jacob Paul Smith. Kelly Jewel Smith. Seyun Sun. Christopher John Somerville. Jared Bradley Spears. Patrick Thomas Stalcup. Brittany Staton. Claire Steckschulte. Ashley Stiegemiller. Joshua Andrew Stemler. Jenna C. Stockton. Cooper Louis Norio Stone. Elizabeth Deborah Story. Zachary D. Sullivan. Yoshinori Taketo. Seth Patrick Taylor. Kiara Tornaben. Christine Tron. Benjamin Richard Tewksbury. Courtney Diane Valerio. Catherine E. Vanderpool. Christopher Braden Vernay. Dennis Ronaldo Villanueva. Lara Leah Whalen Kreutzer. Philip Michael Wallman. Kurt Russell Wall. Mackenzie Lynn Walsh. Stephen Walsh. Michael Lee Wang. Danielle Nicole Whitty. Caitlin M. Wickersham. Hannah Elizabeth Williams. Holly Ella Wilsey. Brianna Lynn Wilson. Catherine Ashley Wilson. Taylor A. Wilson. Michael Joshua Winkler. Kira Ann Wolf. Kayla Marie Zarn. Alyssa Genevieve Zarzecki. Emily Ann Zahler. Daniel Scott Zimmerman. Congratulations and best wishes to the Bachelors of Science. I invite the candidates for the Bachelor of Liberal Studies degree to come forward. Those who have completed all requirements for the degree will receive their diplomas after today's event. Kathleen Ann Belrose Ramey. Michael A. Berry. Lori Watts Brown. Melissa Andrews Brown. Anna Chavez. Cheryl Ann Copas. Luisa Pilar Cutler. Colleen T. Diebler. Elizabeth C. Escobar-Jack. Shayna Marie Forsyth-Price. Danielle L. Fullwood. Susan Martin Gardner. Jem Lim Gazin, sorry. Sean A. Gazin. Lisa Allison Green. Crystal Nicole Hall. Denise Avis Godfrey Heflin. Carol Hughes Tepfer. Michael Allen Hunnell. Shauna Ray Jackson. Arlette Bittencourt Jones. Amy Lane Lamarca. Alicia Elaine Landis. Chantel Lynn McKinley. Brian Thomas Orick. Michael J. Packer Jr. David T. Phillips. Sharon Elizabeth Roan Rollins. Jason Daniel Rector. Sarah Mae Ritchie. Ever Yim Paul Rivera. Nadia S. Rizvi. Francis V. Sherman. Anthony Jerome Silver. Melissa Ann Sloan. Candace Marie Smith. Lakatia Gabriel Stoves Tucker. Shelby Allen Taylor. Jennifer N. Van Reenen. Kelly Carrillo Weir. Congratulations and best wishes to the Bachelors of Liberal Studies.
Dr. Lynn Richardson, Dean of the College of Business, will present the candidates in the College of Business who are to receive the following degrees: Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Professional Studies.
Will all degree candidates in the College of Business please rise and remain standing? Mr. President, I have the honor of presenting these candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Professional Studies.
Will the platform party please rise for the conferring of the degrees? By virtue of the authority vested in me as president by the rector and visitors of the University of Mary Washington, and on the recommendation of the faculty, I hereby declare those gathered here today who have completed all degree requirements to be Bachelors of Science and Bachelors of Professional Studies of the University of Mary Washington, with all of the rights and privileges thereunto pertaining. Congratulations, and please be seated.
I invite the candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in the College of Business to come forward. Those who have completed all requirements for the degree now will be awarded diplomas. Because it's Aline M. Allen, Samantha Lee Bagby, Molly Elizabeth Baldwin, excuse me. Leanne J. Baromke, Desiree Ali Spotkins, Benjamin James Campbell Blaylock. Assisting with the presentation of Mr. Blaylock's diploma is his mother, Pamela McCullough, Director of the BSN Completion Program. Giannina Blankenship, Glenna D. Blassie, William Boyle, Peter Paul Brigg, Benjamin W. Britton, Stephen Jeffrey Brown, Jonathan Hennessy Brunaman, Ian Warford Cameron, Samantha Oliver Carlson, David Townsend Carpenter, Nicholas Navette Chiles, Brahan Chirinos, Grace Kathleen Christensen, Christian D. Clift, Brooke Comfort, Courtney Marie Colley, T.J. Cretney, Candace Elizabeth Cross, Jenna DeCastro, Gabrielle DeVincenzo, Luke Maxwell Dick, Catherine M. Deemer, Lindsay Dillard, Abby Diop, Kimberly Driscoll, Shelby Duff, Caroline Morley Dunn, Stephanie Ann Durand, Samantha Nicole Ehlers, Caroline Marie Firmosel, Caroline Elizabeth Filipponi, Sean Connor Finnerty, Chelsea Lynn Fisher, Brian Andrew Fleury, Piero A. Franco Villalobos, Jessica Marie Fry, Megan Kayla Full, Paige Nicole Gaddy, Kevin Michael Graham, Cecilia L. Gray, Elizabeth Daly Green, Philip Thomas Hadwin, Denise Essine Halassi. Sharifa Hassan. Karen Akua Hayes. David William Heller. Andrew David Hill. Lady Hinojosa Mejia. Philip Lloyd Hitt. Marcellus T. Holly. Janika Marie Holmes. Jessica Denise Horn. Wesley Parker Host. Alicia Marie Hauer. Ivy Decker Jacobs. Foster Thomas Kelly. William James Kelly. Curtis Patrick Kincaid. Sarah T. Kirsch. Nicholas Alexandro Kalinko. Keith Gordon Kritzberg, Kristen Michelle Lubner. Carrie Marie Loving. Andrew Barrick McKnight. Rebecca E. Marshall. Joseph Marson. Miranda Victoria Martin. Wendy P. Martinez Villa. Maggie Elizabeth McGraw. Brennicky Corinne Matthews. Miss Mathis is representing UMW today at the USA Rugby Division II College National Championships at Stanford University. Stephen Benjamin Meadows. Gotham Mara. Mary Elizabeth Miola. Amanda Page Miller. Andrew S. Miller. David Howard Maslin. Marcy Jeanette Nativi. Kyle Ashley Nero. Anise Navia Newsom. Matthew Allen North. Stephen Mark Novak Jr. Ryan Joseph Page. Michael John Patchen. Travis Lee Payne. Ellen Nicole Peterson. Christopher Robert Perdue. Christoph, excuse me. Lauren I. Pettengill. Yo Cape Phyllis. Eric James Plant. Ian Portery. Caitlin Meredith Price. Katie Lynn Proctor. Erin Elizabeth Reynolds. Anna Michelle Richmond. Nefertiti Rivas. Jessica Angelique Robinson. Edward E.H. Roge. Jessica Patricia Rorabaugh. Mary Margaret Rubin. Mark Christopher Russo Jr. Baron Saxena. Colin J. Schultz. Priscilla Maria Smith. Walter Smith. Jordan Therese Snyder. Angela Spurbeck. Tammy Nicole Stark. Steigerwald. Julianne Allison Sweet. David Paul Tatro, Jr. Carrie Margaret Thompson. Brian Patrick Trammell. Caroline Trieu. Caroline Alexa Wampler. Charles Madison Webb. Blake Alexander Weiss. Margaret Aaron Willis, excuse me. Simone L. Woodward. John Michael Christopher Wooten. Sally Elizabeth Wren. Brett Alexander Wynn. Congratulations and best wishes to the Bachelors of Science. I invite the candidates for the Bachelor of Professional Studies degree to come forward. Those who have completed all requirements for the degree now will be awarded diplomas. Gerald L. Anderson. Jennifer Ann Benson. Christopher J. Brown. Patricia J. Childs. Diane Michelle Soto Cox. Mary Virginia Grice. Donna Jackson. Paul Lynn Johnson. Shayna Marie Keith. Jasmine Starr Klein. David J. Moore. Kim Marshall Moore. Belinda Elzor Polk. William S. Pritchett. Cammie Ann Tolson. Michelle Ray Vogt. And last but not least, Brian D. Woolner. Congratulations and best wishes to the Bachelor of Professional Studies.
Congratulations again to all of you. Graduates, you may now move the tassels on your mortar boards to the left side as a symbol that you are now graduates of the University of Mary Washington. Wear that distinction with pride. I wish you every success and happiness in the years ahead.
So before my next introduction, I just want to remind everyone the diplomas will be available a half hour, starting 30 minutes after the conclusion of the ceremony at the Anderson Center, and they will be available there for 2 hours. And the graduate needs to pick it up, him or herself, not a family member or friend on their behalf. So now, to welcome you into the family of UMW alumni, it is my pleasure to introduce the President of the University of Mary Washington Alumni Association, Patricia Boyce Kemp, class of 1969.
I can see that your spirits are not dampened, even if your gowns are. As president of the Alumni Association, one of the things that's extremely important to me is that I have a happy and engaged group of alumni. And since you all are the brand new members of our Alumni Association, if you'll promise engaged, I'll try to accommodate happy. So you won't see me looking down at what I plan to say. I'm going to cut it to about 10 seconds. On behalf of the other 38,000 alumni worldwide, I welcome you as members of our Alumni Association. I wish you all the best that the future has to offer, and I certainly look forward to you staying involved with this very special university. Thank you, and stay in touch.
Our ceremony will conclude in a few moments with the singing of the Alma Mater, which is printed on the back of your program. We respectfully request that you remain in your places until the conclusion of the recessional. The picnic lunch following commencement will be held in Seekebeck Dining Hall. Now please stand and join in the singing of the Alma Mater, led by Nicholas McGovern.